How it is, bro? It's the Bareback Barbarians podcast up in this piece doing what we do. It's the Bareback Barbarians podcast up in this piece doing what we do.
What's going on, folks? It's motd. So, it's the daily Premier League shakedown. Excuse me for that. It's the daily Premier League shakedown. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Hell of a game. I knew Salah was going to get on the scoreboard. I thought he was going to score twice, but it was actually Mane who scored twice and Salah with one goal. Let's start it off in the first half. Newcastle actually get their very first chance of the game. They score within 7 minutes. Willems puts a straight thunder rocket in the top corner, top bins. They go ahead 1-0 at the 7-minute mark. And then the game goes a little bit slow in the first half for Liverpool. You know what I mean? They're getting into the game, you know. And this is right after the international break, so, you know, tired legs maybe coming back from, you know, doing international duty. But the main man, Sadio Mane, comes up with a beauty of a goal from Robertson's assist. Robertson goes down the left-hand side like he always does, marauding down the left, passes it to Sadio Mane down the middle. Boom, top corner, top bins. Sadio Mane makes it 1-1, equalized. Once that happened, the stadium just started getting rocking. You could see it on the TV. Anfield was completely rocking at that point. And at no point did I think that Newcastle had any chance in that game, even though they scored first. It was just a matter of time before Liverpool broke them down and finished them off. Then Origi, who started the game as the striker, gets injured. He goes off. Roberto Firmino comes on, gets a huge round of applause when he came on, and completely changes the game. The magician just completely changed everything about that game as soon as he stepped on the field. His very first touch of the ball, he steals it off one of the Newcastle players and puts it through to Sadio Mane. Wonderfully weighted pass. Sadio catches up to it. It goes off the goalkeeper's hip, jumps up, and Sadio's right there to get it right behind him and just taps the ball in. Boom, 2-1. Liverpool are up right before halftime, and Sadio's on a hat trick. Now he's got 2 goals. Second half starts, same thing. Roberto Firmino's just taking over. He's doing all the flicks and tricks. He's doing everything in his power to, you know, the Newcastle defenders couldn't handle him. They could not handle him. And now people are realizing how underrated Firmino is. The fact that people are talking about Firmino as being underrated shows he's not underrated anymore. At this point now, he's like an attacking midfielder who plays with the strikers he's the best false 9 on the planet right now. He's not a traditional striker number 9. He's the best false 9 on the planet. He gets a lovely weighted pass to him from the Ox. He then does this beautiful back heel. First, Salah passes it to him and runs by him. Firmino does this nice little back heel pass that goes right into Salah's path. Salah gets it, boom, hits it with his left foot into the bottom corner, scores a goal, kills the game off. Game's pretty much over at that point by the 78th minute. It's 3-1 now. Salah gets his goal, Mane scores 2, Firmino has 2 assists. So, wonderful day out, you know what I mean? Wonderful day at Anfield. It was sunny, it was beautiful. I wish I was there. Game was wrapped up at that point. You know, credit to the Newcastle fans who didn't stop singing the whole game. When you're watching it, you could just hear them pretty much damn near the whole time. You can hear the Liverpool fans too, but the Geordies are one of the best supporting fans in the Premier League, and they never stopped singing for their team the whole time. Credit to them. They went bananas when they scored that first goal, but after that, Liverpool dominated, showed why they're European champions, And now they move 5 points clear at the top of the table because Manchester City lost to Norwich. Let me move on to the next segment of this. Norwich versus Manchester City. Now, you would have thought this would have been an easy, comfortable game for Manchester City, even though it was a road game, even though it was an away game. Nah, did not go as planned. Norwich go up 1-0 within 10 minutes of the game starting. Lovely pass between the Norwich players for an easy goal. And then, maybe about 10 minutes later, 25-minute mark, 35-minute mark, Pukki gets through on goal, and he squares it for one of his strike partners. Sorry, I don't know his name. And this dude puts it in, and now Norwich are beating Manchester City, who are one of the title favorites with Liverpool, 2-0 at this point. This is bananas. Nobody expected this. Nobody saw this coming. Norwich should have been a game that City could put away, even though they don't have their best defender and he's injured right now. Manchester City have enough squad depth to beat Norwich City. All right? I just can't explain to you the gulf and difference between Manchester City and Norwich. And for Norwich, little old Norwich, to be winning 2-0 at halftime is unbelievable. But right before halftime, Aguero puts it in the back of the net off of a squared cross from, I think it was Silva, and he heads it in, and they go into halftime 2-1 down, which you'd think at this point, okay, City's going to come back now, just like Liverpool came back when they went down. Second half starts. Nope, didn't go like that at all. Norwich scores again. It's just a calamity of errors. Otamendi, their center back, who's filling in for their injured Laporte, their main center back. Otamendi just gets the ball stolen off of him. Completely picked his pocket. One of the Norwich players picked his pocket. Squares it for Pukki, and Pukki puts it in the back of the net. Pukki is now looking like a player who's going to score at least 20 goals this season easily. He's going to get bought by one of the big boys, or one of the mid-tier clubs are going to buy him. Leicester, maybe Wolves. He'd probably do really good for Wolves. Wolves need a striker. Maybe even Everton. Maybe they would buy him. But he's definitely going to get bought up by somebody. Dude's a good finisher. He knows how to square up players. He's not selfish. And then right before the game ends, Rodri puts a goal in for City, making it 3-2. But by that point, the game was gone. Manchester City lose. The look on Pep Guardiola's face just said it all. Dude was blown. He couldn't believe it. And now Liverpool go 5 points clear at the top of the table. Manchester City are in second place, but they're 5 points behind. And Laporte's injured for 6 months, man. I don't know what people think's going to happen, but Otamendi and Stones are comical. They're the new Chuckle brothers. They are not a decent defensive pairing. Liverpool's fourth choice center back Lovren is better than Stones and Otamendi straight up. If Pep could pluck Liverpool's fourth choice center back Lovren, he'd do it in a heartbeat. AC Milan tried to buy a Lovren from us, but Lovren's chilling. He's staying because he knows what we're going to do this season. We're going to collect more trophies. So I could see City dropping more points this season. People are still saying, some people on ESPN FC are saying they're still the favorites for the title. But Norwich just pretty much exploited them and showed the rest of the league how you beat Manchester City. Just keep pressing Otamendi and Stones. They're bound to make mistakes, and you're going to get goals off of their mistakes. So, completely forgot about this one. Arsenal versus Watford. This is another game that was supposed to be easy peasy Japanesey. Arsenal usually spank Watford every season, and they were winning this game 2-0. I'm not going to go in depth on this. They were winning the game 2-0 at halftime. They scored 2 beautiful goals from Aubameyang. Second half starts. Unai Emery, the manager, makes some horrible decisions, makes some horrible substitutions, and the game flips on its head. He gives Watford basically the impotence to go ahead and score some goals because they tried to defend for the whole second half, which never works in the Premier League. You're supposed to keep on attacking, keep on doing what you were doing in the first half, what got you the 2 goals. Instead, some of these managers are so clueless that they think it's best to defend a 2-goal lead instead of just playing like they were already doing, which got them the goals in the first place. So, completely backfires them trying to defend. Watford score 1 goal 10 minutes into the second half and score the second right before the 80th minute, I think, somewhere in the 80th minute mark, by a penalty by, I think it was Socrates or David Luiz. These guys are comical. 2 of the worst defenders in the Premier League, who would also give their right hand to take Lovren off Liverpool. And he's Liverpool's 4th choice center back. Alright? So the game ends 2-2. Arsenal are completely embarrassed. It's all over the newspapers in England, all over Europe. What an embarrassment. Unai Emery's job is in question right now. All the fans want him to go. So, wild weekend. Very wild weekend for the Premier League. That's what I got. I'm going to do a preview of the Champions League game between Napoli versus Liverpool here in a bit. So check that one out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share the video if you can. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, you know who it is. Don Tony Teflon, Mo Genie Languini. You know how we do. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Bareback Barbarian podcast. Peace and stay sexy.